Now the Orioles are top 2, 0-0 game in San Diego. It's going to be Adam Jones to get the top of the second inning started here for the Orioles. Jones and then Wieters and then Lugo against the left-hander Wade LeBlanc. On the SK scoreboard now, the Mets and the Yankees in the top of the 9th inning. And the Mets lead that ball game 3-0. How about the New York Mets? If they win that game, it'll be their 8th consecutive victory. And they got a chance to move into first place in the National League East. There's a breaking ball. Jones swings and misses as he gets fooled. And the Yankees, if they lose, it'll be their 3rd consecutive loss. And Jones takes a fastball up and away. Remember the last couple of games, the Yankees were beaten by the Phillies, and that was after they beat Roy Halladay in the first game of that 3-game interleague series. Jones, another breaking ball, gets a piece of it and fouled it back. That'll be out of play. Adam Jones out there hitting .255, 8 home runs and 24 RBIs. Adam with 3 of his 8 home runs against the National League. What you would refer to as interleague home runs. And now the left-hander LeBlanc delivers again, and Adams swings and misses. Little foul tip, and the catcher Torrealba held it to get the strikeout. So LeBlanc picks up his first strikeout tonight.
Now the previous pitch at 74 miles an hour, that went at 87, and Adam was a little bit late on the swing.
There you go. That's what cagey left-handers do to you. Adam in the finale of San Francisco 2 days ago had a couple of strikeouts. And now Wieters, he takes a breaking ball for a call strike.
Well, that finale in San Francisco was a very frustrating loss for the Orioles. You get Tim Lincecum. Of course, he had 10 strikeouts, but the Orioles had a ton of base runners.
Yep, here's the pitch, and Wieters will take a little bit too low.
Left 13 on base. Lack of a sacrifice fly at certain times cost them runs, and they lose that ball game.
And now the left-hander ready and delivers again to Wieters. Another breaking ball waved at and missed. So now 1-2 to the Orioles catcher. Well, for the Orioles, it's been a familiar story the entire season offensively, and the lack of it. Any kind of consistency, any kind of game plan, any kind of ability to make adjustments. And now Wieters takes a call strike 3. So Wade LeBlanc with a couple of strikeouts here to get the top of the second inning started. Nick Markakis had some interesting things to say about the club offensively yesterday.
He was very honest in what he had to say about what was going on with the ball club and the frustrations.
And now here's Lugo. Pitch on the way to Julio's fastball in there for a call strike. And really his biggest complaint is just the inability of Oriole hitters to make the necessary adjustments. And now the pitch on the way. Lugo will take low and outside, and the count 2-0. I checked that 1-1. I beg your pardon.
And he put that problem in the laps of the players, and not Terry Crowley, the hitting coach.
And Lugo takes a call strike. Another off-speed delivery. Well, Nick Markakis did say that 110% Terry Crowley had nothing to do with it. But my question is, how does a hitting coach have nothing to do with what a ball club is doing offensively? I mean, there's got to be some involvement there, right? Lugo takes the ball up and in.
No, the only thing you could say is that maybe what is being preached is not being carried to the batter's box.
Well, if they're not listening, then they should be benched. Find somebody who will make adjustments.
But then how do you bench all 9?
A lot easier. Well, that's a good point, yes. Are you sure it's all 9?
Yeah.
And now the next offering on the way. Lugo hits a comebacker. LeBlanc has it. Easy toss. And it's a 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts. And now the Padres come up. We head to the bottom of the second. 0-0 on the Oriole Radio Network. All right, now the Padres here, bottom of the second, 0-0 game. Yorvik Torrealba, the Padre catcher, leads off against left-hander Brian Mattis. And here comes the pitch. Torrealba, the former Giant, And the former Colorado Rocky takes outside for ball one. And right now, this guy is appealing what turned out to be a 3-game suspension. The other day, he got into it with an umpire. There's a big swing and a foul back. And apparently made contact with the umpire during the argument. That's a big no-no. So he was suspended for 3 games. He has appealed that suspension, so he's able to play until they get that thing straightened out. Torrialba, the count of 1 ball and 1 strike, and now the next offering on the way, fouled away. That'll be back out of play. I guess when he and the umpire were arguing, the bill of his cap, or maybe the batting helmet, is what made contact with the umpire. And then afterward, Torrialba made things worse. Yorvich swings here, fouled it back out of play. He was very vociferous about the incident, and again reiterated his complaints about the lousy umpiring. So I don't think that 3-game suspension is going to be reduced any. And now the next offering, and Torrialba hits a comebacker. Mattis right there, spears it nicely, then on to first to get the out. And now here's the switch hitting Chase Headley. Or is that Headley?
Headley.
Chase Headley. I get Denorfia all screwed up. And Chase Headley, a switch hitter up there to hit right-handed. You sure it's Headley?
That's what I was told.
And Headley takes outside for ball 1. Well, I know his batting average is .267. Chase Headley, Headley. I also know he's struggling with the bat right now. Now, the last Toronto Blue Jays series, he was 0 for 11. Takes a call strike here. And he's had just 2 hits in 23 at-bats on the homestand for Chase Headley. And the fastball is up and away.
And as a right-handed batter for this switch hitter, hitting under 200.
And if that continues, Headley will have to worry about his name pronunciation in the minor leagues. And now the 2-1 delivery. Fastball at the knees. That's a call strike. Here's San Diego, 0-0. 1 away with the bases empty in the bottom of the 2nd inning at Petco Park. Brian Mattis ready and delivers. And this one a little bit too low. That time a sinker at about 91. So they count 3-2 now to Chase Headley. And now Mattis again delivers 3-2 this time. Popped it back, and that'll be a souvenir. We'll do it again, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On the scoreboard, Tampa Bay was beaten again. My goodness. They were beaten by the Florida Marlins 7-4. Robertson the winner, Garza the loser. Nunez picked up his 14th save. The youngster Mike Stanton with his first major league home run. Line drive here right to Lugo out there at second base, makes the catch, and that's out number 2. But that Tampa Bay ball club, right now they are now 2nd in the Eastern Division behind the Yankees. Although the Yankees are losing right now, so we'll keep you posted.
And that Yankee game in the bottom of the 9th, trailing at home against the Mets 4-0.
The Tampa Bay, for a long time, they have the best record in baseball. But since May 23rd, they have gone 9-14. At one time, they had a 6-game division lead, and now they're in 2nd place, looking up at the Yankees. Now Jerry Hairston, he takes a breaking ball for a call strike. Jerry Hairston Jr., the ex-Oriole. Mattis delivers. Hairston takes a good fastball for a call strike.
Well, Hairston making his 40th start at shortstop tonight, but he's been busy playing several positions for this Padres ball club. 5 different positions for him so far this season.
He played right field, left field, third base, second base. In all the games at shortstop. Here comes the pitch. There's up and away for a ball.
We saw Jerry last year with the Yankees, and he picked up that championship ring with New York.
Last year was Cincinnati initially, then the Yankees. And, of course, at the end of the season, a World Series champion. Here comes the pitch. fouled away. This one off to the right. Well, Jerry Hairston Jr. hitting .237, 4 home runs, and he's knocked in 23. Left-hander Brian Mattis in a 0-0 ball game here in the bottom of the second in San Diego. Infield backed up all the way. Mattis, tall left-hander, 6'5" in height. Looks in, goes into his motion, and now delivers. Hairston popped it up on a broken bat. Shallow right. Markakis comes on. Nick is there. Makes the catch. Mattis gets a 1-2-3. End of 2 in San Diego. 0-0. This is the Orioles Radio Network. Oriole fans, when your mortgage rate is too high, who are you going to call out of the bullpen, I ask you? How about Home Savings of America? Toll free, 1-877, I'll take it, or homesavings.md.com. Let's get right to Fred Manfred.
Well, thanks a lot, Joe. Cesar's Torres leading off for the Orioles. He had a couple of hits in the last game in San Francisco. It's a high drive deep to left center field, racing back to center fielder, and on the run, Chris D'Onofrio makes the running grab heading toward the 401 sign in left center field here at Petco. That ball was stroked by his Torres. That's the most power we've seen out of him this year. But it's a long out. One pitch, one gone.
I think we can safely say that Cesar Torres will never, ever again in his career hit a ball that far and have it be caught.
That's a pretty deep part of this ballpark. And here's Brian Mattis getting his first big league at bat. He takes a pitch high and away. Mattis, as he pitches, bats a left-hander. And the left-hander Wade LeBlanc on the way to Brian. Fastball on the inside corner to even it up, and a ball and a strike. Brian Mattis, as Joe mentioned, played his college ball at the University of San Diego. He was a torero and a #1 pick of the Orioles out of the University of San Diego. And the delivery to Mattis bounced over the mound toward the bag at second base. Eckstein up with it, throws to first. And Mattis is out, #2 for the Orioles. The Orioles have had one hit tonight, Nick Markakis, with a 2-out single in the first. And now we go to the top of the order, and it'll be Corey Patterson with a fly ball to the center fielder, his first at bat. Corey Patterson in San Francisco went 4 for 13. And Patterson taking a slow walk to the plate to allow Brian Mattis, the pitcher, to take his time to get back to the Orioles dugout. 2 gone. You want to allow that pitcher a chance to go in there and take a little bit of a rest.
Mm-hmm. And as Brian passed him, Mattis said, "Hey, Corey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it."
So Corey, again, settling slowly into the batter's box. Lefty against lefty, and there's a breaking ball high. 1-0 to Corey Patterson. Wade LeBlanc, 26 years of age, was a #2 pick by the Padres in 2006 out of the University of Alabama. Young man from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, works from the center of the pitcher's slab, and the kick on the way, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Corey. LeBlanc has had a couple of real good starts after 3, let's just say shaky starts. His last start came against the Mariners. They loaded the bases against him in the first inning but did not score. And then he went on to cruise, allowing just 1 run against Seattle, fastball strike. And in his previous start, he pitched 7 scoreless innings against the Phillies.
Yeah, so he's given up 1 run now his last 15 innings. He's looking good these days.
And LeBlanc's delivery to Corey, swing and a miss at the breaking ball. And Patterson took that kind of a corkscrew cut at the changeup. 74 miles an hour, and it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count to the Orioles left fielder.
But just to give you an idea about this ballpark in San Diego, you look at LeBlanc, his home ERA and his road ERA.
And here's a bouncer to the second baseman. Eckstein will field chest high, throw to first. Another 1-2-3 for LeBlanc.
I mean, his road ERA is twice as high.
And it's a great place if you're a pitcher to come here and do your work. Right now, LeBlanc is working, so is Brian Mattis. We're scoreless after 2.5 here at Petco in San Diego on the Orioles Radio Network. Cunningham, until recently, had been down at the AAA level at Portland, hitting .239 with 4 home runs. Made his first start of the season Tuesday. That was in a game against the Toronto Blue Jays, and hit a grand slam in his first at bat. And here's the delivery on the way to the former Oakland A's player, and a pitch high. And he became the first player in San Diego franchise history to hit a grand slam in their first Padres hit. So Aaron Cunningham, he's had 3 hits and 9 Padre at-bats. And the delivery from Mattis cued off the end of the bat. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Aaron Cunningham. By the way, the 15th out of Orioles baseball was brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit Geico at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Ryan Mattis ready to deal to the right-handed bat of the right fielder, Aaron Cunningham. And the pitch on the way to Cunningham. A swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. First strikeout for Mattis. And now Wade LeBlanc, the pitcher, will step in. LeBlanc doing a good job with the bat. He's had 18 at-bats with 6 hits this season. Last year, he had 13 at-bats at the big league level with just 1 hit. He bats as he throws, left-handed. So lefty against lefty. After LeBlanc, it's David Eckstein. And the delivery from Brian Mattis, and LeBlanc takes the strike. Fastball. Well, for the Orioles, no runs on 1 hit. For San Diego so far, no runs on no hits. And the delivery pitcher to pitcher upstairs. And the count now evens up at a ball and a strike to Wade LeBlanc. Brian Mattis gets the sign from Matt Wieters. And here's the Southpaw's delivery to his fellow pitcher, up and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. The only base runner tonight for the San Diego Padres, a 2-out walk to Adrian Gonzalez. The lone hit in the ball game belongs to Nick Markakis. And here's a swing and a foul back and out of play. Third inning is brought to you by the Wellwood Restaurant in historic Charlestown, Maryland, just a short drive up 95, where your taste buds will experience some of the finest seafood the Bay has to offer. Visit wellwoodclub.com for weekly specials and events. Wade LeBlanc awaits the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. And the delivery on the way to the left-handed batting pitcher. Line down the left field line, slicing and foul into the stands. 2 balls and 2 strikes to LeBlanc continuing. Now the Orioles tomorrow night will meet up with this San Diego ball club again. And it will be a 8:30 start Eastern time. And then the Orioles wrap up the West Coast trip Sunday afternoon. 2-2 pitch again, and LeBlanc, did he go around too far on that breaking ball? Indeed he did. He strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts. Cunningham, now LeBlanc, is that breaking ball gets the San Diego pitcher. And now we go to the top of the order, and David Eckstein, who grounded out to his Oriole counterpart, Julio Lugo, the second baseman. There's David Eckstein for many seasons, shortstop with the Angels and then the Cardinals. And here's a guy that's always been an overachiever. Right? This year, coming into the ballgame, hitting .280 with a home run and 19 runs driven in. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher, and the first delivery is taken low for ball 1 to David Eckstein. He's had 3 hits over his last 14 at-bats, but he's had 1 hit in each of his last 3 ball games. And the Mattis delivery to Eckstein is taken down and in. 2 balls and no strikes. After Eckstein, it would be Denorfia. Brian Mattis rocks, kicks, and delivers 2-0 to David Eckstein, and high and away, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes now to the San Diego second baseman. Mattis ready to deal. The 3-0 pitch on the way with 2 down. And here's a strike at the knees on the inside corner, so 3-1 to David Eckstein. So far in interleague play, the Orioles have won 2 out of 9 against National League competition. The 3-1 pitch to Eckstein, pulled foul on the ground, third base side. Full count now to David. Meanwhile, the Padres, they had just completed a series with the Toronto Blue Jays, dropping 2 of 3 here against Toronto. They are 5-4 against the American League. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the third, and Eckstein stays alive, fouling it off to the right side into the lower deck. Beautiful ballpark, Petco Field. This is the second time the Orioles have visited this place. Back in 2007, they took 2 of 3 from the Padres here at Petco. And the 3-2 delivery on the way to David Eckstein. Pulled high and foul and out of play off to the left side into the second level. Overall, against the Padres in interleague play, the Orioles have won 4 and dropped 2. Back in 2002 at Camden Yards, the Orioles took 2 of 3 from the Pods. Brian Mattis, the 23-year-old former #1 pick of the Orioles, ready to deal 3-2 again with 2 out. And Eckstein hits a ground ball in the hole at short. A diving try by Asturias. And there's the first hit of the night as that ball gets beyond Asturias into left field. Out to Corey Patterson, and a 2-out single for David Eckstein. That's the first Padre hit of the evening. He's on with 2 out. And Denorfia will step in. Denorfia grounded out to Miguel Tejada back in the first inning. Denorfia now 3 for his last 15. Chris Denorfia, another former Oakland A's player, also played with the Cincinnati Reds, and he takes a pitch downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. No home runs, 10 knocked in. Right-handed batter, stands deep in the box. He is the center fielder for Bud Black. Eckstein at first, 2 out. Being held by Ty Wigginton. There's a swing and a miss at a pitch downstairs. A ball and a strike to Denorfia. Adrian Gonzalez would be next.
He got you too, didn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
I keep wanting to say Denorfia.
Right. Whatever. That was a pretty good changeup he just swung and missed at.
29 years of age, this young man from Bristol, Connecticut, at the plate, and the Brian Mattis delivery high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Brian Mattis, this is his 14th game, his 14th start. Won his first 2, has dropped his last 7. Last victory, April 18th against Oakland, at Oakland. Last couple of games he's pitched very well, however. And the delivery on the way, high and away and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike now.
I think Mattis was really upset about that previous pitch. When he threw a breaking ball, it looked like a real good one and didn't get the call. And Mattis had a look of bewilderment on his face.
Denorfia awaiting the delivery. Nope. Quick throw over to first. The next time gets back.
I think he got angry about it.
Did his cheeks get all red? Was that
No.
No?
I can read lips.
Oh, okay. Darn it. There goes Eckstein. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul straight back. So Eckstein was off with the delivery. He has attempted 5 steals this year and been successful 4 times. But the foul back and the count, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, there was a situation with the base runner on the move and the count 3-1. It would have been ball 4, but for some reason, Denorfia swung at it.
And now there goes Eckstein again, and Denorfia bounces it foul third base side. And the count continues. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Denorfia.
With the count 3-1, with the base runner going like that, the hitter is not obligated to swing if it's ball 4, but he swung at it, and I think he did Mattis a favor.
Ryan Mattis, hands together at the letters. The runner at first, 2 down, 3-2 pitch on the way. There goes Eckstein, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That changeup that's been so good for Brian Mattis throughout his college, high school, now professional career gets Denorfia, and that's the 3rd strikeout this inning. And the only hit in the ball game given up by Mattis came in this inning on the 2-out single by Eckstein. We go to the top of the 4th inning here in San Diego. Orioles nothing, Padres nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. For the Birds, and he lines it toward left center field in for the base hit. He goes after the first pitch and got that changeup, and then got the fat part of the bat on the ball. And the Orioles have their 2nd hit of the night, a leadoff single here in the 4th for Miguel Tejada. Nick Markakis, who had the Oriole only hit until a base hit by Tejada, will step in now. Of course, Markakis came in with a .365 average against left-handed pitching, and up that as he is 1 for 1 tonight. Markakis standing in with an average over 300 at .302 now. Lefty against lefty. Nobody out. Orioles have Tejada at first. Scoreless ball game. Top of the 4th in San Diego. And the first delivery to Nick just missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes. That was the 85-mile-an-hour fastball trying to nibble on the outer portion of the plate, but did not get the call from Chris Guccione, the home plate umpire. Markakis cocks the bat, awaits the delivery. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to Nick. Again down and away, a breaking ball this time. 2 balls and no strikes. Markakis went 4 for 10 in San Francisco. A couple of doubles out of those hits. Walked 3 times. Nick on the year with 3 home runs and 21 knocked in. Tejada at first base, nobody out. 2-0 to Markakis. And the delivery to Nick is over the plate, over the knees, and in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Wade LeBlanc here at Petco Park. In his career, 3 wins, 4 losses. But as Joe mentioned, he's pitched well ERA-wise here at Petco. A 2.45 career ERA here in his home ballpark. Tejada inching away from first base. The pitch to Markakis. Ground ball to the right side. A diving try by Eckstein. He couldn't get it. Stopping at second base is Tejada. 2 for 2 is Nick Markakis. And the Orioles have runners at first and second with no one down for Ty Wigginton. If you're taking yourself or the family to the ballpark, remember, take it easy. An MTA local bus, light rail, or metro subway will save on gas and parking while you save yourself from traffic. Ride MTA. You go home a winner every game. Ty Wigginton, another Oriole with San Diego ties. He went to Chula Vista High School here in San Diego. He steps in now with runners at first and second and no one down. He lined out to the third baseman. Headley is first at bat. Wiggy picked up 3 more RBI in that San Francisco series. Leads the ball club with his 38. Has a chance here for 1 or 2 as he takes his strike. 0-1. He's got Tejada at second base. Markakis at first. Nobody out. Scoreless ball game. Top of the 4th. Opening game of the 3-game set with the San Diego Padres. Wade LeBlanc, a left-hander. Looks back at Tejada at second base. Delivers to the right-handed bat of Wigginton. Line drive, center field, base hit. Charging it is Denorfia. Rounding third, headed for the plate is Tejada. Here comes the throw. It will not be in time as it hits the pitcher's mound and bounds high into the air. And the Orioles take a 1-0 lead on 3 consecutive hits. Tejada, Markakis, and Wigginton with his, picking up his 39th RBI of the year, scoring Tejada from second base. The Orioles here in this inning with 3 straight singles, and they have that 1-0 lead. And now Wigginton at first, Markakis at second, and Adam Jones, another San Diego High School product, will step in. Adam went to Morse High School here in San Diego. And he has a chance to increase the Orioles' 1-0 lead. Adam homered in the San Francisco series. And just a couple of hits, including his 8th home run of the season. Wade LeBlanc, the left-hander, sets. Looks back at Nick at second. Does a double look to Markakis. Delivers to Jones, swing and a miss as Adam was cranking up with a home run type cut. And he got the 86-mile-an-hour fastball, but no contact. So 1 strike to Adam Jones. Adam has hit in 9 of his last 11 ball games. Struck out swinging his first at bat against LeBlanc. And the delivery on the way to the right-handed bat. Another swing and a miss at a fastball. Jones 0-2. That fastball of LeBlanc 88, and Jones was late with his swing, and now he takes a walk to the grass, third base side of the batter's area. No balls, 2 strikes to Adam. Orioles with a 1-0 lead on 3 consecutive hits. Tejada, Markakis, and Wigginton here in the 4th. Nick is standing at second base, Wiggy at first. And now the 0-2 delivery to Adam Jones. He pops it up. First base side, foul ground. Gonzalez near the stands has plenty of room, however, and makes the grab. And Adam Jones is 0 for 2. That was the changeup that time, and out on the front foot was Adam Jones. 1 gone. Matt Wieters struck out looking his first at bat against LeBlanc. Matt Wieters had 1 hit in San Francisco, and that was his first home run since May 5th. Matt now with 5 home runs, 18 knocked in. He hit it as a right-handed batter. The switch hitter awaits the delivery from the southpaw Wade LeBlanc with runners at first and second and 1 down. Here's a ground ball toward third. Up with it is the third baseman. He gets 1. The throw to first low, but scooped nicely on a backhand scoop by Gonzalez. That went from Headley to Eckstein to Gonzalez. And the Orioles, for the 69th time this season, hit into the twin killing. It goes 5-4-3. But the Orioles, on 3 consecutive hits to start the inning, score a run. We go to the bottom of the 4th in San Diego. Orioles 1, Padres nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. Brian Mattis has been given a 1-0 lead. Orioles with Tejada, Markakis, and then a Wigginton RBI single starting the 4th inning for the Orioles. And that's all they got against Wade LeBlanc. Now in the bottom of the 4th for the Padres, Adrian Gonzalez, Scott Hairston, and Yorvit Torrealba. Lefty against lefty. Gonzalez walked his first at bat against Bryan. And the delivery is fastball strike, 0-1. Gonzalez, 15 homers, 44 knocked in. 293 batting mark. And the Mattis delivery to the left-handed batting first baseman. Jams him. Ground ball left side with that shift on. It's going to be a base hit. As Tejada with that shift on, playing like the shortstop. And that ball would have been directly toward the third baseman had the Orioles not had the shift on, but with a dangerous left-handed batter, as we see so often now. Orioles had those 3 infielders shading toward the right side of the infield with the third baseman playing in the shortstop spot. And that ball got in there for the second hit of the night for the San Diego Padres. Gonzalez on for a second time. We'll be giving you an ID here momentarily. Scott Hairston popped out in foul ground to Miggy his first at bat. Hairston 7 home runs, 15 knocked in for the Pods. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. And the delivery on the way to Hairston, down and away with a fastball. And Mattis, young man who grew up in Arizona, but pitched his college ball here at the University of San Diego. Sets, looks over at the runner at first base now, delivers to Hairston. Check swing, did he go around? Yes, on the appeal of the first base umpire. And Scott Barry says indeed a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lots of family and friends here from Arizona watching Brian Mattis pitch tonight. Mattis takes the ball in the glove. Looks over at the runner at first, delivers to Hairston, who bounces it right back to Brian. He goes to Lugo for 1. The second baseman throws to first. Safe at first base. They get the lead runner, Gonzalez, for the force out at second base. 1-4. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Orioles Radio Network. Fred Manfred and Joe Angel in San Diego at Petco Park. Orioles with a 1-0 lead, bottom of the 4th, 1 out. A runner at first base, Scott Hairston, and Yorvit Torrealba, with a comebacker, his first look at Brian Mattis, steps in now. He's the San Diego catcher. Right-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. And the delivery on the way to Torrealba, misses outside. The ball and no strikes. Torrealba on the season hitting .274, but hitting just .231 against left-handed pitching. 1 home run, 15 knocked in. He's had a couple of hits over his last 9 at-bats. Toss over to first base, and Hairston gets back to the bag. Hairston 3 steals successful out of 4 attempts this year. Nick Renteria, the first base coach for Bud Black. Glenn Hoffman across the field in the third base coach's box. And the pitch on the way to Torrealba. A swing and a miss. Torrealba took the big cut, came up empty. 1-1 to Yorvit. As Joe mentioned, he is right now appealing his 3-game suspension for his run-in with an umpire several games ago. Mattis on the way to the right-handed batting catcher. Breaking ball high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Chase Headley on deck, switch hitting third baseman. 1-0 Orioles. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Surprisingly small crowd here tonight at Petco, despite the fact the Padres are in the thick of things for that fight for the top spot in the National League West. But we understand that Maybe the fans aren't convinced that this is going to be a winning ball club all season. Of course, they're not a very good offensive ball club. Pitching-wise, outstanding. The 2-1 pitch on the way to Torrealba bounced right back to Mattis. He throws to Lugo. Lugo to first. This time they do turn the 1-4-3 double play. So Torrealba brings an end to the inning with that comebacker to the mound. It goes Mattis to Lugo and on to Wigginton. And that's it for the Padres here in the bottom of the fourth. We head to the fifth inning in San Diego. Orioles 1, Padres nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. So when the Orioles get back home, the Marlins will be in town Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. And don't forget, Tuesday, the first 10,000 fans 15 and over will receive a Ty Wigginton Baltimore t-shirt. To get your tickets in advance and save some bucks, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. Here in San Diego, the Orioles have a 1-0 lead. We go to the fifth. Here's Joe Angel.
All right, Fred, thank you. Bottom of the order, Julio Lugo leads off against this left-hander. Lugo and the Cesar Astures and Brian Mattis. Indeed, Orioles ahead 1-0. Lugo in this game's 0 for 1, out on a comebacker his first time up. Left-hander Wade LeBlanc. He delivers. Big breaking ball, beauty in there for a call strike. Lugo came in with a batting average of .227. Had that big ball game 2 days ago in San Francisco, and he wound up with 3 hits and a couple of RBIs. Had a very productive day and a loss. And now Lugo takes low and outside a ball.
And when he's made starts against left-handed pitching, he's done okay, hitting over 300 against left-handers.
Well, Lugo certainly throughout his career has always been a better than average offensive infielder. Here comes the pitch. This one sails way outside. So the count 2-1. On the SK scoreboard, the Mets won again. They beat the Yankees. Yeah, the Mets with their 8th consecutive victory. My goodness. They beat the Yankees 4-0 behind Takayashi. And now Lugo, big swing and a miss. Even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Takahashi wins it. He's now 6-2. Javier Vasquez, the loser for the Yankees, now 6-6. And K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez got the save, his 16th. And there were no home runs in that game. The Yankees now with 3 consecutive losses. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away by Lugo. That'll be a Petco Park souvenir. It stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. By the way, in that game for the Yankees, Robbie Cano went hitless. So it ends his 10-game hitting streak. And now the next offering on the way. Lugo slices one foul off to the right. Stays at 2-2. Well, the New York Mets with that victory. At the moment, they are tied with the Atlanta Braves in the Eastern Division. We'll check on the Atlanta game. Pitch on the way to Lugo. This one low and outside a ball. Atlanta won. They beat Kansas City 6-4. So the Atlanta Braves maintain a half-a-game division lead over the New York Mets. Lugo, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch bounces in, and that's ball 4. I think I said 2-2. It was 3-2. So Lugo gets a walk. The Orioles have the leadoff man on base, and now we'll see what Cesar Astures is up to here with nobody out.
You know, in the American League East with the Yankees and the Rays losing tonight, Boston just a game out now in that tight top spot of the division.
And now here's Cesar Astures. Cesar, his first time up tonight, hit a ball about 400 feet, and it was caught in left center. Here he takes a ball low and inside for ball 1. By the way, the first Oriole walk of the game is brought to you by Boardwalk Fresh Burgers and Fries. They're never frozen burgers. They're handmade every day, and their world-famous fries are fresh cut, and they're made to order. Come by and see in Cockeysville, Lansdowne, and also coming soon in College Park. So the first too late. Lugo does have 3 steals this season. He is at first base with nobody out. Cesar Izturis with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Headley very shallow at third base. Izturis to hit right-handed. Here comes the pitch, and he takes it a little bit below the knees for ball 2, and the catcher Torrealba goes out for a quick visit. Oriole fans, you know, Kelly and Associates Insurance Group continues to save lives in our community by donating $1,000 to the Adams Cowley Shock Trauma Center every time an Oriole pitcher picks up a save this season. So thank you, Kelly and Associates Insurance Group, for helping to save lives. Cesar Izturis, 2 balls and no strikes. Orioles ahead 1-0, top of the 5th inning. Lugo's at first with nobody out. And now the left-hander LeBlanc will check Lugo. And there goes Julio. The pitch inside. The throw to second. The tag too late to get the out. Lugo steals it. His 4th stolen base. And the count to Cesar Izturis now 3 balls and no strikes.
A good jump for Julio there, and a good throw by Torrealba, but Julio was already sliding into the bag when the throw got there.
Well, Torrealba was 7 for 20 this season in stolen bases, about 35%. And now he goes to third. Here's a throw there on a bounce. It goes right past the third baseman. So Lugo on his feet, and he comes in to score. But now time is being called, and I believe that there's going to be interference called on Cesar Izturis, as Yorvi Torrealba came up throwing to third base. Apparently Cesar Izturis got in his way, committing interference, and so Lugo has been called out, I believe.
Well, as Torrealba came up to throw, Izturis was kind of backing toward the back end of the third base side batter's box, right into where Torrealba was moving to make the throw. And I think that's why Guccione made that interference call.
Well, let's see the replay on it, but well, now we get a real good replay. And Cesar Izturis indeed did back up right into the way of Yorvi Torrealba, so I think that's a good call. I mean, if you're the hitter, you're certainly under no obligation to move at all. All you have to do is stand in the batter's box and don't move. You don't have to move. You don't have to duck. You don't have to get out of the way, but if you do move, you have to stay out of the catcher's way. So there's no question that Cesar Izturis impeded the throw from Yorvi Torrealba. And so Lugo has to go back to second base.
And in the scorebook, 2 unassisted on the out for Izturis.
So now let's see Brian Mattis up to now with 1 out. For a second, I thought that the plate umpire, Chris Guccione, had ruled well, I guess all he was pointing was for Lugo to go back to second base. And now Mattis swings and misses. I'll tell you what, Lugo had that bag stolen too. Now the errant throw was caused by the interference. Mattis in this game is 0 for 1 on a ground out. Orioles ahead 1-0 in the top of the 5th inning. LeBlanc ready. He delivers, and Mattis takes upstairs for a ball. Even up 1 ball and 1 strike. I mentioned the Mets beat the Yankees 4-0. In the middle of the 7th inning, the Rockies lead Milwaukee 2-0. That game in Denver. Here comes a pitch. His fastball swings late, and he missed it. Mattis does. So the count 1-2. But yesterday, Ubaldo Jimenez won his 13th game, as he continues to just be an amazing story. Steven Strasburg today made another phenomenal start, but he got a no decision in his game against the Chicago White Sox. Here comes the pitch. Mattis gets a piece of it and fouled it away. Strasburg got a no decision, went 7 innings, had 10 strikeouts, gave up 1 run. He allowed just 4 hits, didn't walk anybody. Strasburg, by the way, as Casey hands us a note, of course, every time he makes a start, he sets a record. Mattis bounces one toward first base. In to field Gonzalez. He'll take the out there. On the play, Lugo goes to third. And top of the order comes up by Corey Patterson with 2 outs. But Steven Strasburg, with his game today, remember his third major league start, he had 10 strikeouts, which gives Strasburg a total of 32 strikeouts in 3 starts, and that's a major league record. The previous record was held by J.R. Richard with Houston, 29 strikeouts in 3 starts. His first 3 starts. So that means that Strasburg now has, 32 strikeouts in just over 19 innings in his major league career.
And you have to figure if that kid stays healthy and keeps on that track, he's going to be an all-star this year.
Are you kidding me? Absolutely. Now the pitch on the way to Patterson is a ground ball hit to Gonzalez. Off the bag at first. He'll get the out there himself, and that's it. So Patterson gone on 1 pitch. Orioles had a runner at second base with nobody out, and they do not score. You've heard that before? We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Baltimore here at San Diego on the Orioles Radio Network. And now the San Diego Padres, bottom of the 5th inning. Orioles ahead 1-0. Brian Mattis. He delivers to the switch hitter, Chase Headley, and Headley shows a bunt, but instead he takes a pitch. You call that a ball or a strike? A ball? Okay. Wasn't sure. 1 ball and no strikes. And now the 1-0 delivery is a fastball swung on, fouled away by Chase Headley. Headley and then Jerry Hairston Jr. and then Aaron Cunningham in here for San Diego against Brian Mattis, who so far tonight has allowed just 3 base runners on a walk and a couple of singles. He's also had 3 strikeouts and a double play ball. Next offering bounces in off the catcher Matt Wieters. With the count 2-1. Also on the SK scoreboard, a final score. The Indians beat the Pirates 4-3. It's a final score, which means that the Pirates have now lost 12 consecutive games. Headley swings and he fouls it off to the right. And for the Pirates, it is their second longest losing streak in about 43 years. Back in 2006, they lost 13 in a row. They'll have a chance to tie that tomorrow. Here comes the pitch. There's a hard hit shot to short. That right there is Cesar. The ball hit right to Cesar. Throws a little bit high, but Wigginton catches it and comes down on the bag to get the out. And now we'll take another look at Jerry Hairston Jr. So the Pirates are now 23-44. See, the other day, a couple of days ago, the Pirates, in a game against the White Sox, made 6 errors. Wow. Amazing. Now here's Hairston. 1 away with the bases empty. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Orioles ahead 1-0. Hairston drives it to left center, and that's going to be a gapper. Over is Jones. He does cut the ball off. Now the ball gets past him. Under the glove. Hairston to second. He makes a turn and puts on the brakes and hangs on right there. The ball finally back into third. Well, it would have been a double regardless. The ball did get by Adam Jones a little bit, but Hairston could not take an extra base. And so the Padres now have the tying run at second base with only 1 out.
Adam went over in the gap trying to backhand, and that ball took a kind of an angle hop away from his glove, but fortunately, just as we expected, a double out of that one for Hairston.
And now with 1 out, we'll bring up Aaron Cunningham. Left-hander against right-hander. Mattis will look at Hairston out there at second and delivers, and Cunningham takes a ball too low. 1 ball and no strikes. Cunningham, a strikeout victim his first time up against Mattis. The Orioles are ahead 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cunningham digs in. Mattis takes a look. Hairston out there at second base getting his lead. Infield backed up. There's the 1-0 delivery. Fastball just misses low and outside. They count 2-0. Final score, Detroit beat Arizona 7-5. In that game, Maglio Ordonez hit his 9th home run for Detroit. The Phillies won. They beat Minnesota 9-5. Here comes the pitch. Cunningham, big rip, fouled it away. Boy, though, he had a real good-looking cut there. With the count 2-1. Yeah, Phillies 9, Minnesota 5. Blanton wins it. Blackburn the loser. Utley hit one, number 11. Ryan Howard hit 2 for the Phillies, numbers 12 and 13. Now Mattis sets again. And he delivers 2-1. Upstairs, now 3-1 the count. That's it. The Red Sox beat the Dodgers 10-6. David Ortiz hit number 15. Adrian Beltre hit number 10 for the Bo Sox. And the Red Sox are moving up in the Eastern Division. Here comes the pitch. Jammed in on the ball, fisted foul, back toward the second deck behind home plate. Well, Fred mentioned earlier the Eastern Division, Red Sox winning, the Yankees losing, Tampa Bay losing. So Boston is now just one game out in the American League East. Well, let's see what the Blue Jays did today.
I think they beat the Giants today.
They did. I think they won a one-run game. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away. That'll be back out of play. Yeah, Blue Jays won that game 3-2. They beat San Francisco. Scott Downs winning over Barry Zito. Zito is now 7-3. Gregg picked up a 17 save. Encarnacion had the game's only home run, his 9th for the Blue Jays. So the Blue Jays pick up a game. And right now they're just 4.5 games out. Here comes the pitch. Check swing and a foul ball off to the right.
In that Boston game, Manny Ramirez went 1 for 5 in his return. A couple of strikeouts, left 3 on. Also in attendance in that ballgame was Roger Clemens.
Was he holding court? Or is he preparing for court?
He declined to talk to reporters.
Oh, I see.
Like Ramirez declined.
I wonder if Manny talked to him. I'm sure he did.
No, they said he declined.
Oh, he did? Interesting. Here's the pitch fouled away, and that'll be back out of play. Manny Ramirez, who almost 8 seasons with the Boston Red Sox, hit over 270 home runs. Their one-time MVP. And, of course, he played such a major role on that Boston ball club in 2004 when they became world champions for the first time since 1918.
And, of course, those Boston fans still hot over last night's ball game. Not the baseball game, but the basketball game when the Lakers won the NBA title, defeating the Celtics.
Lakers were down 13 in the third quarter and came back and won that game. Here comes the pitch. Cunningham hits a ground ball up the middle. A dive to Cesar. He's got it. He gets on his feet, does not have a play, but he saves a run. Cesar is still diving behind second base, gloved it, and kept the ball in the infield. As a result, Hairston is able to advance only to third, and he's the tying run. So the Padres now first and third with 1 out, and it'll bring up the pitcher LeBlanc.
A tremendous effort there by Torres. He got that ball in the very fingertips of the glove to save that run.
Yeah, let's see if Brian Mattis can cash in on that big play. That was an outstanding defensive play by Cesar Torres. LeBlanc, strikeout victim his first time up, but he's a pretty good hitting pitcher. Coming into this game, he was 6 for 18. It's a batting average of .333, but in this game, Mattis struck him out back in the third. So it'll be left-hander against left-hander. And Miguel Tejada is going to play very shallow at third base. Orioles ahead 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. LeBlanc just now getting in the batter's box, and Mattis will go to work on him. The left-hander looks in, says yes. He'll set. Look at first. He delivers. A little bit low, I guess. Off-speed pitch to get the at-bat started for ball 1. That looked like a pretty good pitch. And now the left-hander again ready and delivers. Now there's the bunt. Airborne, first base side. Wieters makes the catch up that first base line in foul ground. So a popped-up bunt. 2 outs, and now here's David Eckstein. So for the moment, The defensive play by Cesar Asturias has saved a run. Orioles ahead 1-0. And here's David Eckstein, who has given Mattis here tonight his toughest out. Back in the third, when Eckstein, with 2 outs and the bases empty, on an extended at bat, got a base hit. And at the time for the Padres, it was their first hit. So here's Eckstein against Mattis. And the pitch on the way. Eckstein will take it down below the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. Atlanta beat Kansas City today 6-4 behind Derek Lowe. You mentioned Florida beat Tampa Bay 7-4, so the Rays continue their struggles. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Eckstein takes a high fastball with the count 2-0.
Well, the pitch count for Bryant is already up in the 90s. 92 pitches thrown.
Well, that's the amazing part about Steven Strasburg tonight. In 7 innings, he had 10 strikeouts, and yet he threw only 85 pitches. Swing at a fly ball, should be caught. Shallow center. Coming on, Mr. Jones. Cesar goes out. Asturias makes the catch right in front of Adam Jones, and that's it. Side retired. And so Cesar Asturias, a great defensive play, saves a run. Remember, that came play with only 1 out. So at the end of 5 here in San Diego, 1-0 Orioles. This is the Orioles Radio Network.
Now it's.
I want to say hello to all of the fans listening on radio station WIOO AM 1000 in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Great to have you with us here, San Diego. Orioles ahead 1-0, and hey, let's get right back to Fred Manfred.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Miguel Tejada leads off, and he lines it into center field. His second hit tonight, and the second consecutive at bat. He's gone after the first pitch to single. Back in the 4th inning, Tejada started the inning with a first pitch base hit. Markakis followed with a base hit, and then Ty Wigginton brought in Miggy from second base with the single, and that's the only run of the ball game for either team. So Tejada, who had 6 hits in the San Francisco series, is 2 for 3 to start the San Diego series. And Markakis, who is 2 for 2 against left-hander Wade LeBlanc, will step in now. Tejada with a very short lead at first, being held by Gonzalez, and the pitch to Nick right there for a strike. 0-1 to the Oriole right fielder. Orioles have a run on 5 hits, no runs on 4 for the Padres against Brian Mattis, but they could have had a run saved for an outstanding play by Orioles shortstop Cesar Asturias. Nick Markakis takes it just off the plate outside. 1-1 is Asturias on a base hit. An infield hit it turned out to be with a runner at second base. Aaron Cunningham hit one up the middle, and Asturias saved it from going to the outfield, and that allowed Jerry Hairston to only get to third base rather than scoring. And the Orioles prevented any scoring last inning from the Padres. Lefty to lefty here, and Markakis takes it in the dirt, bounces away from Torrealba, but not far enough to allow Miggy to advance to second base. Hey, Orioles fans, you know this season it's easier than ever to find the seats you want or sell tickets to the games you can't make on StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Baltimore Orioles. Go to StubHub.com and choose your seats today. Markakis with the 2-ball, 1-strike count. Nick came in hitting 300. The average up now to 305, and the pitch to Nick pulled on a line, foul, first base side. Look out down in the lower deck as that ball was rifled into the stands. Hopefully everyone's okay. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Markakis out of the box will now step back in. Looks like everybody's okay down there just beyond that first base side Padres dugout.
Well, I think we can look for Miguel Tejada to be running on this pitch. Markakis has made real good contact against LeBlanc.
LeBlanc on the way to Nick. Markakis swings and stays alive with a foul tip in and out of the glove of Torrealba, and Tejada was stationary at first base.
He wasn't going anywhere, and Markakis did get a piece of it. It's kind of surprising. Juan Samuel said he wanted to manage aggressively, and that was a good opportunity. We'll see what he does here.
Tejada standing on the bag, chatting it up with Adrian Gonzalez before taking his lead. Now Miggy, a short lead at first base. Just a couple of feet away from Gonzalez. Now lengthens the lead a bit. Again, 2-2 to Markakis. No runner going right back to the pitcher. LeBlanc to the shortstop. Hairston on to first. The double play. 1-6-3. And the Orioles, for a second time tonight, hit into the double play. That's the 70th time they've done it this year.
Well, I'm very surprised, though. I mean, Miguel Tejada, we know he does not run very well, but Markakis is a real good contact hitter. And had Tejada been running, he'd be at second base right now.
And Tejada is gone, so is Nick Markakis. Nick hitting into his 7th twin killing of the season. Ty Wigginton, he's at the plate now, and Wiggy has accounted for the only run in this ball game. A single back in the 4th inning to pick up his 39th RBI. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, and the delivery on the way to the Oriole first baseman. Swing and a miss as Wigginton cranked up and got a breaking ball that was up, and he missed it. 0-1 to Ty.
He almost came out of his shoes.
Wigginton has not homered since the 22nd of May, when the Orioles had their first interleague series against the Washington Nationals down in D.C. Fastball missing outside. 1-1. Wigginton, right-handed batter. The LeBlanc left-handed pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tomorrow, it'll be a late afternoon game here in San Diego. 5:35 West Coast time, 8:35 on the East Coast. Kevin Millwood will be on the hill for the Orioles, still in search of that very first Orioles win. The 3-1 pitch pops him up on a changeup, foul ground, third base side and out of play. And Clayton Richard, a southpaw who has a 2.71 ERA, will be on the mound for the Padres. Now, in his career against San Diego, Kevin Millwood is 6-1 with an ERA under 3 lifetime against the Padres. So maybe tomorrow could be the day. Here's the 3-2 delivery to Wigginton, jams him and fouls it back and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Wiggy. Well, Wigginton had 3 runs knocked in against the Giants in San Francisco. An RBI in the first game of this 3-game series here against the Padres in San Diego. And the 3-2 pitch on the way to Wigginton. Ground ball toward the middle, and Hairston makes a dive, but he can't come up with it. On into center field. Wigginton 2 for 3. A 2-out single for the Oriole first baseman. Adam Jones will step in. Adams had a tough night reading Wade LeBlanc. He struck out swinging his first at bat. Fell behind 0-2, and then on a changeup in the 3rd pitch of the at bat, out on the front foot, popped it up, foul ground first base side. His second look at Wade LeBlanc. We mentioned earlier, Adam had a couple of hits, including a home run in the 3-game series against the Giants. He steps into here with Wigginton at first, 2 down. 1-0 Orioles lead it, top of the 6th inning in San Diego at Petco. And the first delivery is taken low. 1 ball, no strikes to the Orioles center fielder.
Well, let's hope that Adam Jones isn't getting into another one of his funks. I mean, he's 0 for his last 9 with 5 strikeouts.
Jones standing midway in that box. Wigginton at first base with 2 down. And a pitch on the way to Adam. And there's another pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes to the Orioles center fielder. SK out of town scoreboard, top of the 8th inning now in Colorado. And the Rockies lead the Brewers in a straight up National League game 2-0. Seattle hosting Cincinnati. They're scoreless in the bottom of the 6th in Seattle. The 2-0 delivery on the way to the right-handed bat of Jones. Missing inside. 3 balls and no strikes. That was the pitch as they try to catch that inner portion of the plate, and Jones let it go by, and he is 3-0.
You give him the green light here? What do you think?
I would try.
You would? I think I might.
And the
too.
pitch on the way, and Jones gets the fastball, and he doesn't look like he had the green light, and he watched it.
He got the fastball. You got Wieters on deck. He's not hitting.
3-1 now to Adam Jones. Wiggy goes back to the bag, touches it. Now inches away from first base. 2 down. And the 3-1 delivery to Jones, and he goes after a pitch that appeared to be up, and he fouls it back and out of play. Another fastball at 88, and that's where LeBlanc tops out at about 88 miles an hour.
Yeah, right. Would have been ball 4.
So Jones again takes the stroll over to the grass to the third base side of the home plate area.
Well, the pitch that he did get to hit was that 3-0 pitch.
And now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Adam Jones. Waves that black bat over the dish. LeBlanc on the way, and Jones gets another fastball and fouls it straight back. Fastball again at 88.
That's hard to understand. It was a fastball right down the middle. And as you said, 88 miles an hour, a 3-2 pitch. So you're looking fastball. And yet still he just managed to foul it away. Looked like a pretty good pitch to hit.
Wigginton will be off with the delivery again. 3-2 with 2 out. There goes Wiggy. The pitch on the way to Jones. High drive deep to right field. Going back with plenty of room now as I look into that right field area is the right fielder Aaron Cunningham, and he makes the grab. Well, lots of room out there in right field and right center field. And Cunningham drifted back to make the catch, and the Orioles leave a runner in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the inning at Petco. It's the Orioles 1, Padres nothing on the Orioles Radio Network. Chris Denorfia will lead off for San Diego. Denorfia, Gonzalez, and Hairston against Brian Mattis. Brian dealing his 94th pitch of the night, and Denorfia takes a strike outer portion of the plate, 0-1. He is 0 for 2. A ground out and one of the 3 strikeouts in the 3rd inning for Brian Mattis, and that's when he's had all of his strikeouts tonight. Inside, 1-1 to the center fielder. No home runs, 10 knocked in. Down at the AAA level, hit over 300 with a couple of home runs before being brought up by the Padres. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter down at his feet. 2-1 now to Denorfia. 3 hits in his last 16 at-bats. Brian Mattis kicks and delivers. And Denorfia bounces it foul third base side. Activity starting in the Oriole bullpen. Looks like it might be Jason Birkin beginning to warm. The bullpen for the visitors here at Petco, nestled into the right field corner in foul territory. The 2-2 delivery. And a ground ball right side. Lugo tried to get over there, but he can't. And it's a base hit for Denorfia. A leadoff single here in inning number 6 for the Padres. Last inning they had 2 hits, but could not score. A double, and then followed by an Aaron Cunningham base hit, but that hit was kept in the infield by Izturis, and that prevented a San Diego run. Denorfia at first base. Gonzalez up. He has walked and singled. Went the opposite way on the shift. Left-handed batting first baseman. Mattis looks at the runner at first, kicks and delivers. There goes the runner. The throw down to second base, not in time. And Denorfia has his second steal. The leaders successful 30% of the time catching those base runners, but a good jump by Denorfia. And he is in scoring position with 1 ball. The count to Adrian Gonzalez, who is the leading RBI producer for the San Diego Ball Club with 44 on the year. Also their leading home run hitter with 15. He has that tying run possibly at second base. And delivery on the way to the left-handed batter. Way inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Gonzalez with less than 2 outs and runners in scoring position, hitting .394. He has Denorfia at second base with nobody down. Lefty to lefty. And the pitch on the way to Gonzalez. Pops him foul out of play off to the left side, heading to the upper deck and over our heads. A 2-ball, 1 strike count to Adrian. Mentioned earlier that Gonzalez, over his last 17 games, has had average at about .380 with 16 runs driven in, 6 home runs over that stretch. Tonight he is 1 for 1 with a walk. Rests the bat on the left shoulder, now awaits the delivery. 2-1 from Mattis with a runner at second base. And the delivery to Gonzalez. Shot towards center field. Jones racing back. Well, misplayed the ball. It went behind Adam Jones all the way to the base of the wall. Coming in to score the tying run is Denorfia. And Gonzalez winds up at second base, driving in his 45th run of the year. Well, Adam Jones had that ball go behind him somehow. A ball that normally you would think Adam would eat up in the outfield. He had to reach back, and it was out of his reach. He overran it, as that ball may have had some slice to it or a hook to it. but not played well by Adam Jones, and it results in a tie.
That was awful. I mean, that was awful. For Adam Jones, that's got to be his most embarrassing moment in center field. I mean, he got there in plenty of time, overran the ball, misjudged it, and then reached behind him. And when he sees that on videotape, he's going to be embarrassed.
Now he's looking up at the big board, wanting to see what it looked like, but they're not playing the replay as Rick Kranitz comes out to talk to Brian Mattis, who has thrown 102 pitches. We mentioned activity in the Oriole bullpen in this 1-1 ball game. Well, there was a ball that should have been caught by Adam Jones. It was hit well, but not over the head of Adam Jones, but behind Adam Jones as he ran toward it.
He just misjudged it. Overran the ball. He just butchered it is what he did.
And now, with a runner at second base, nobody down, Scott Hairston will come up. Well, Gonzalez picks up his 45th RBI with his 12th double of the season. And it's a 1-1 ball game, and the Padres have the go-ahead possibility at second base now for Hairston. Lefty pitcher, righty batter. Scott Hairston awaits the delivery, and it's down and in on a bounce picked up by Matt Wieters. Ball one. Well, we've seen Adam make a few blunders in the outfield, but none as, how should you say it? Just, you wonder how that happened. Gonzalez at second base. Here's the pitch to Hairston. Chop third base side. Charging is Tejada. The barehanded pick up the throw. He gets him. Moving to third base, Gonzalez. Nice play by Miguel Tejada on that bouncing ball, hit slowly, but as we've talked about all season with Miguel Tejada on that barehand, I don't think there's a better third baseman around today, as Tejada barehanded and fired in one motion to get Hairston. Moving to third base, Gonzalez with one out.
Just wondering if Adam Jones lost that ball, maybe in the crowd behind home plate as he ran over to left center field somewhere. I mean, something had to happen to make him misjudge the ball that badly.
Yervi Torrealba, the catcher, steps in. He's hit into a double play and hit a comebacker. And both of the balls that he's hit have gone right back to the pitcher, Brian Mattis. Oriole infield midway with that runner at third base. And the pitch to Torrealba, breaking ball, strike call. That one dipped in nicely. 0-1 to the right-handed batting catcher. Torrealba has driven in 15. One home run and a .272 batting mark. Then Mattis' delivery to Torrealba. Line drive caught by the second baseman, Lugo. Lugo playing midway, had a sprint to his glove side left, extended the leather and made the grab to save it from going into right field. 2 down. Now Chase Headley will come up with that runner at third base and 2 outs. Headley has lined out and grounded out. Headley, a switch hitter, bats from the right side.
Well, the Orioles got a bit of a break there. Normally you don't see that with the infield playing in like that. Normally that line drive goes through.
And here's the pitch on the way to Headley, missing inside with a fastball. 107 pitches tonight for Brian Mattis. Remember a couple of starts ago against Boston, 117 for the Oriole left-hander. It's a 1-1 ball game. Runner at third base, 2 out. We're in the bottom of the 6th. And the Mattis pitch on the way to the switch-hitting Headley. And Headley takes a breaking ball for a strike. Evens it up, and a ball and a strike to Chase Headley.
Interesting, too, because he's walked only one man. He's had, 3 strikeouts in this game, just 1 base on balls, and yet he's thrown over 100 pitches.
And here's the 109th. The 1-1 delivery with a runner at third base, and Headley is jammed and fouls it back and out of play, 1-2.
Well, lots of long counts, lots of foul balls.
Headley steps out of the box, bangs the barrel end of the bat on the spikes. Brian Mattis has given up a run that he shouldn't have given up here in the inning on this play in center field.
That's the amazing part about Steven Strasburg. He does not allow you to even hit foul balls.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Headley. And Headley will foul it back again and out of play. And Strasburg is amazing when you watch him.
That's why today he went 7 innings, had 10 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody, and he threw only 85 pitches. Normally, if you have a double-digit strikeout game, you're going to throw a lot of pitches.
Mattis sets. Headley at the plate. Gonzalez at third, and Headley pops a foul behind the plate, and it's out of play as Wieters comes back and watches it. For instance, in our last game, when Ken Lincecum struck out 10, he threw 111 pitches in 6 innings. Right now, Brian Mattis has thrown 111, 6 innings, and not quite. He's got 2 out, a runner at third, and here's the pitch to Headley, a break ball that bounces out in front of the plate, blocked by Wieters. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And all Lincecum has done is win back-to-back Cy Youngs.
Yeah. It was interesting, though, when we saw Lincecum, that velocity was not where it has been in the past couple of years.
Well, they say in San Francisco he's lost that velocity. He's lost to 3, 4, 5 miles an hour.
Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way with Gonzalez at third and 2 out, and Headley, another foul ball, lines it to the right side into the lower deck.
But Lincecum still got that great changeup and a good breaking ball, and does a pretty good job of throwing strikes. And the fastball's still 93, 94. So he's still good enough to win. He's just not as dominant as he has been the last couple of years.
He doesn't put you away with that fastball. It's usually the off-speed stuff.
Yeah. Just a phenomenal changeup he's got.
Here's the 2-2 pitch again with a runner at third base to Headley. And Headley swings and misses. He strikes him out. So Headley goes down swinging. Left at third base is Gonzalez, but on that miscue out in center field, the misplay of the ball by Adam Jones, the Padres score a run. We go to the 7th inning here in San Diego. Orioles 1, Padres 1 on the Orioles Radio Network. One Orioles and the Padres, 7th inning. Matt Wieters, Julio Lugo, Cesar Torres. As Wade LeBlanc will go to work. He's thrown 87 pitches, giving up a run on 6 hits. Orioles lone run coming back on the 4th. Ty Wigginton with an RBI base hit. Wieters lets the fly ball slicing toward right field corner. Racing over is Cunningham, and into that right field corner just in front of the 322 sign. Puts it away. 1 gone. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Orioles Radio Network. Fred Manfra, Joe Angel, Casey Willett here in beautiful San Diego. Orioles and the Padres opening up the 3-game series. It's a 1-1 ball game right now. 1 out in the 7th. Julio Lugo has hit a comebacker and walked and stolen a base tonight. He's up as he is getting the start at second base tonight. The first pitch upstairs, 1-0 to the right-handed bat of Lugo. Luke Gregerson beginning to warm in the bullpen for the Padres. He's a right-hander. And the pitch to Julio, high, 2 balls and no strikes. Each team with a run on 6 hits. The Orioles have left 4, the Padres 5. And the LeBlanc delivery, and Lugo takes a strike this time. Fastball just above the belt. Julio hitting over 300 against left-handed pitching this season. And the delivery to the Orioles second baseman there for a strike as Lugo showed bunt, pulled back, and watched that one go over the plate to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. LeBlanc's delivery, 2-2, and Lugo swings and misses. He strikes him out. 3rd strikeout for LeBlanc. 2 Orioles gone here in the 7th. On Thursday, June 24th, the first 15,000 fans 15 and over will receive an Adam Jones mini bobblehead. For tickets, call the Orioles at 888-8848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. As Torres has hit a fly ball to center field deep his first at bat, and then he was out on an interference call his second at bat. And the pitch is a ball. Second delivery, a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to the switch hitting Orioles shortstop. But his defensive play back in the 5th inning saved a run. Here's a little fly ball, shallow left field, raking out as the shortstop coming in as a left fielder, and neither will get it. It was Scott Hairston and Jerry Hairston coming together, and neither could make the grab. A 2-out single for his Torres, and we're going to have a pinch hitter come up. Garrett Atkins will come up to act as a pinch hitter for the Orioles. And we mentioned a right-hander in the bullpen for the Padres. Looks like Bud Black is coming out as the left-hander LeBlanc has now thrown 95 pitches in the ballgame. Bud Black talking to his left-hander. And I have not seen a sign yet to the bullpen. Garrett Atkins is the only Oriole to have faced Wade LeBlanc. Well, we get the sign. Gregerson is going to come in as LeBlanc leaves with a runner at first base here in the 7th and 2 out. And Garrett Atkins was announced as a pinch hitter for the number 9 spot. So LeBlanc leaves having thrown 95 pitches. Right now it's a 1-1 ball game. And the Orioles with that runner at first base after the 2-out bloop single to left off the bat of his Torres. This call to the bullpen brought to you by the Hilton Baltimore. A long
10,000 fans who are 15 and over at the Tuesday game. The Orioles and the Florida Marlins. They're going to receive a Ty Wigginton Baltimore T-shirt. T-shirt Tuesday at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Come on down. Get your tickets early. Save money. Phone number to call 888-848-BIRD. Or you can always visit Orioles.com. So again, T-shirt Tuesday, the Orioles against the Florida Marlins is coming Tuesday for the first 10,000 fans who are 15 and over. Well, the left-hander Wade LeBlanc goes 6 2/3. So far has given up 1 run on just 7 hits. He had a walk. He had 3 strikeouts. Here at Petco Park in San Diego, we're in the top of inning number 7. Orioles have a base runner at first base with 2 outs. And it looks like it'll be Luke Scott coming up as a pinch hitter. And here to tell you about it, let's get back to Fred Manfred.
Well, thanks a lot, Joe. It's Luke against Luke. Luke Gregerson, a hard thrower, is the new pitcher for the San Diego Padres. And Luke Scott, the pinch hitter for the Orioles. So it's a right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Scott 1 for 7 so far on this road trip. Against lefties hitting .213. For Gregerson, this is his 32nd game. A 1.57 earned run average. 14 hits in 34 1/3 innings with 41 strikeouts. So Gregerson will try to get this final out here in the top of the 7th. The Orioles have Torres following his bloop single to left on at first base. Gregerson, 6'3", 200 pounds. Formerly with the St. Louis Cardinals. The 28th round selection in 2006 by the Cards. Quick throw over to first base as Torres gets back on a dive. For Luke, he is 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter. And of course that one was a 3-run home run that Luke Scott hit in the pinch hit role. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Delivery on the way to Scott, and it's taken outside, ball 1. Mentioned Gregerson with his 41 strikeouts in 34 1/3 innings. So you kind of anticipate maybe this guy has some control problems. Well, he's only walked 2. Gregerson hands to now at the letters, delivers to Luke Scott, and Scott swings and misses at a fastball. You know, the 25,167, the announced crowd here tonight at Petco Park in the opener of this 3-game interleague series. Orioles playing their 2nd visit ever to this beautiful ballpark in San Diego. Luke Scott pinch hitting in the number 9 hole. This has been occupied by Brian Mattis. Then Garrett Atkins announced and the pitching change made. And so Scott with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Another throw over to first base, and his Torres gets back. Gregerson works from the extreme first base side of the pitcher's slab. Luke Scott waves that bat over the plate. Now rests it on the left shoulder. The pitch on the way to Luke. Down and away with a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball at 91 from Gregerson. 1-1 ball game. Orioles a run on 7 hits. Padres 1 on 6 against Brian Mattis. Mattis will not come out to go to work in the 7th. He's thrown 114 pitches tonight. Gregerson, a long look at his catcher, Torrealba. Is Torres at first base with 2 down. The pitch to Luke. Scott swings and misses. Scott cranking up for the fastball, but got the slider. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So Scott, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luke will get that toe hold in the first base side batter's box. Is Torres hands on knees with his lead at first base. Gregerson chewing that bubble gum, going to town with that gum. Now says yes to the sign from Torrealba. The right-hander ready to deal. The pitch to Luke Scott. High drive down the right field line. It's hooking, and it's going to be a foul ball by Luke. He had plenty of distance with that. It's 322 down the right field line here at Petco. And Luke hit a towering shot. The question would be, would it stay fair? And it did not. So Scott got some good wood on it, but pulled it foul. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like Jason Birkin is going to be coming in to go to work for the Orioles in the 7th. Scott again will wait for the pitch from Gregerson. Is Torres at first base, 2 down, and the pitch to Luke. Breaking ball, just missing. Gregerson thought he had strike 3, but Chris Guccione did not give it to him. And you hear the fans oohing and moaning and groaning about that call. So it's going to be a full count. That will allow Is Torres the luxury of being off with the delivery. Adrian Gonzalez goes back, touches Is Torres, and now backs away. He's the first baseman. And now 3-2 to Luke Scott. Action pitch here. Gregerson, hands at the belt. Now raises the hands up to the letters. There goes Is Torres. The pitch to Scott. Swing and a foul. In and out of the glove of Torrealba. He had it in the glove, and it kind of rolled around the catcher's mitt before dropping to the dirt. And so that means life for Luke Scott. The count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Torrealba upset with himself that he couldn't hang on to that ball. So Luke will settle back in the first base side batter's box. He's pinch hitting here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 out and a runner at first base. Gregerson takes a lot of time in between pitches. Still staring, still staring. Now slowly the hands rise at the letters. There goes Is Torres, the 3-2 pitch. Scott does swing and miss this time for strike 3. Came in with a slider in the mid-80s, and Scott cut over top, and that's it for the Orioles. They leave the runner at first base. So Gregerson out of the bullpen strikes out the Oriole pinch hitter. We go to the bottom of the 7th here in San Diego. Orioles 1, Padres 1 on the Orioles Radio Network. Well, Jerry Hairston Jr. will lead off for the Padres. Bottom third of their order. Hairston, Cunningham, and then the pitcher's spot. Hairston has struck out. I should say flied out and then doubled. And Hairston was the runner at second base when Cunningham singled toward the middle, and Is Torres made a diving stop. And Hairston, with that diving stop on the infield hit, could not score. And the Padres went scoreless despite the back-to-back hits in the 5th inning. But then they did score, and that ball was played by Adam Jones in the 6th. And here's the pitch as Jason Birkin takes over on the hill for the Orioles. Brian Mattis, 6 innings, 1 run. He was earned. 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, a walk. He threw 114 pitches. So Birkin has done a real good job out of the Oriole bullpen, is on now here in the 7th inning. And Hairston pulls a ground ball foul, third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, Orioles fans, the 7th inning is brought to you by the Great American Tent Sale at Alpacker Ford White Marsh. Look under the big white tent for big savings on every new Ford going on now at Alpacker Ford White Marsh on Pulaski Highway. A ball and a strike to Hairston. The pitch of the former Oriole up and in, and Hairston bails out. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jason pitched an inning against the Giants in San Francisco. And Perkins' delivery to Hairston. Ground ball right to the shortstop. As Torres will dig it off the top of the dirt. Fire to first. Hairston's the first out in the bottom of the 7th. Looking at the numbers for Jason Birkin this year. This is his 21st game. An ERA just a touch above 2 at 2.08. 35 innings, 31 hits, 23 strikeouts, 10 walks. And the opposition hitting about 250. We see Will Oman, the veteran left-hander, beginning to warm in the Oriole bullpen. Cunningham takes a pitch for a strike. Aaron Cunningham 1 for 3, or I should say 1 for 2. And the delivery to Cunningham. A swing and a miss. 0-2. Well, Wade LeBlanc, 6 2/3 innings, 1 run, 7 hits, 3 strikeouts, a walk, 95 pitches thrown. Jason Birkin rocks, kicks in, delivers, and Cunningham swings and misses. It's a 3-pitch strikeout. 2 up, 2 down against Birkin here in the bottom of the 7th. And we'll see who comes up to pinch hit for the Padres now. Looks like it'll be Will Venable. So Venable will be the pinch hitter, left-handed batter. Venable hitting at a 227 clip for the Padres. He's 3 for 9 as a pinch hitter. He's pinch hitting in that number 9 spot, the pitcher's spot. LeBlanc had a couple of at-bats. He struck out once and then popped as he tried to bunt with runners at first and third for the second out back in the 5th inning. So Gregerson will go 1/3 of an inning, and he struck out Oriole pinch hitter Luke Scott. You know, with the visit by Rick Kranitz, left-hander Oman is ready, but they're going to leave in the right-hander Birkin to face the left-handed batting Venable. Venable 4 home runs, 19 knocked in. 6 doubles and 4 triples for this left-handed batter. And the Birkin delivery to Venable, and a fastball strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Venable hitting just .236 against right-handed pitching. Venable takes it down and away. A ball and a strike. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning. Orioles out hitting the Padres so far, 7-6. And the delivery to Venable. Here's a pinch hit single to right field by the left-handed batting Venable. A 2-out base hit. Now we go to the top of the order, and David Eckstein, a right-handed batter. So Venable delivers in a pinch. And that will send up David Eckstein. Eckstein 1 for 3 against Oriole starter Brian Mattis. Here tomorrow in the late afternoon, San Diego time, 8:30 Baltimore time. Late afternoon game in San Diego with Kevin Millwood on the hill for the Orioles. Quick throw to first. Venable dives back to the bag. Jason Birkin, no past history against David Eckstein. Right-handed batter with an open stance, really crowds the dish. Quick throw to first. Venable dives back to the bag again. Venable, good speed, a dozen steals in 15 attempts. And the delivery on the way to Eckstein right down the middle for a strike, and he took it. 0-1 to David. Venable collects his 4th pinch hit in 10 at-bats. And now at first base with 2 down. Eckstein with a 1-strike count. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 7th inning in San Diego. Late night baseball on the radio. And another throw over to first base, and Venable, who is the leading base stealer for the San Diego Padres, gets back in. Venable takes his lead, being held by Wigginton. And the Birkin delivery to Eckstein slices a fly ball shallow right field. Nick Markakis jogging in, the one-handed grab by Nick, and that's the inning. So that pinch hit single with 2 down does not hurt the Orioles here in the 7th. We move on to inning number 8 in San Diego. Orioles won, Padres won on the Orioles Radio Network. Hey, don't forget, next Saturday at the Yards, that's June 26th, celebrate the 40th anniversary of the 1970 World Series champion Orioles as Brooks and Frank and Boog and more than 20 members of that 1970 team reunite at Camden Yards. Be at Oriole Park by 3:30 to witness special pregame ceremonies before the Orioles and the Nationals take the field. They'll be wearing throwback uniforms for a 4:05 start. Now, for tickets, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. Well, the Orioles will be facing their third Padre pitcher of the night, right-hander Mike Adams. Corey Patterson to the plate. And now my pleasure to turn it over in this 1-1 ball game to Joe Angel.
All right, big boy, here we go. This right-hander Mike Adams, you look at his numbers. Of course, you look at the entire San Diego bullpen. Collectively, wow, they're pretty good. So Adams delivers to Corey Patterson, and he misses upstairs for ball one. Mike Adams comes in. His earned run average is only 2.37. Been very tough to hit. And he has not given up a run in his last 11 outings. Here comes a pitch. Patterson takes a letter-high pitch for a strike. His last 11 games, no runs in a total of 12 innings. Beginning on May 18th. Opponents have hit only 171 against this guy. Right-hander Mike Adams. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and lifted to left center. Very high, medium depth to his right. There's Benorfia, and he makes the catch. And now here's Miguel Tejada. Yeah, the San Diego bullpen, very stingy. Miguel Tejada with a couple of hits here this evening. He's gone 2 for 3. Adams has a 2.37. Heath Bell, the closer, he's got 17 saves. His earned run average is under 2. Padres have 6 right-handers in the bullpen and 1 left-hander. Left-hander is Joe Thatcher. Here comes the pitch. Tejada takes low and outside the ball. And Thatcher's ERA is 1.88. You just saw Gregerson. He's got a 187. Here comes a pitch, and Tejada dribbles it foul. The ball came up and hit Miguel. So the count to Tejada even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Miguel with a couple of singles here tonight, 2 for 3. And back in the 4th inning, his single was one of 3 consecutive singles to account for the only Oriole run of this game. And Tejada scored that run. And then now the 1-1 delivery, and Miguel takes low and inside, ball 2. San Diego defensively with Headley in back of the bag at third. Jerry Hairston, the shortstop, very deep. David Eckstein, the veteran, is out there at second base. And right now Eckstein is on the edge of the outfield grass. Veteran Adrian Gonzalez in back of the bag at first. Yorvit Torrealba has caught the entire game. And the right-hander Mike Adams will set again. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. Fastball. A ground ball hit to Hairston out of short. Slings it to first. And Tejada is gone. Out number 2. And now here's Nick Markakis. We are tied up at 1-1 with 2 outs with the bases empty in the bottom of the top of the 8th inning. Yeah, we'll give you the down on the farm scoreboard from Royal Farms. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms. Toledo beat Norfolk tonight 6-4. Chris George was the starting pitcher in that game for Norfolk. And he did not pitch well. Pitch on the way to Markakis is taken a little bit too low. George in that game went 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, 9 hits. He walked 3 and had 3 strikeouts. And by the way, Nolan Reimold had a 3-hit game in that game for Norfolk. That's certainly good to see. He had 3 hits and 4 at-bats. Markakis takes too low. Michael Aubrey had a hit, knocked in a couple of runs. Josh Bell went 1 for 2 and a couple of walks. Also in the minor leagues, Bowie beat Harrisburg 5-4. And it was Frederick winning over Myrtle Beach 8-6. That's the final. Frederick is now 40-28. Outstanding season. Bouncer out to second base. Here's Eckstein. And the easy toss, and the Orioles go 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 1-1 game in San Diego here on the Orioles Radio Network. Here we go, bottom of the 8th inning in San Diego. And here come the Padres. Chris Denorfia will lead off. Left-hander Will Oman is warming up in the Oriole bullpen. Adrian Gonzalez scheduled to hit next, so we'll see what Juan Samuel does here in the 8th inning as Birkin delivers a call strike to Denorfia. So the count 0-1 to Chris Denorfia. Here comes the pitch. And Denorfia takes upstairs the ball.
And Alfredo Simon, a right-hander, has also joined Oman in that Oriole bullpen.
So Samuel may be matching up here. Righty, lefty, righty. We'll see what he does. 1-1 ball game in the bottom of the 8th inning. Denorfia 1 for 3 in this game. A single and a run scored. Takes a call strike. So the count 1-2. He had a single back in the 6th inning and then scored on a double by Adrian Gonzalez on a ball that should have been caught by Adam Jones out there in left center, but he badly misjudged that ball. And now the next offering on the way. A little bouncy ball. Julio Lugo out to his right near second base. Throws off balance and gets him. So Denorfia retired 4-3. And with Adrian Gonzalez coming out to hit, Juan Samuel comes out to bring in left-hander Will Oman. And we mentioned Alfredo Simon is also warming up, so we'll see if he brings in Simon to go after Scott Hairston. So in a 1-1 game, a pitching change in San Diego.
And 3-game set in San Diego, a 1-1 ball game. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th, and it's going to go lefty against lefty as Will Oman is summoned from the bullpen to face Adrian Gonzalez. And there is a history between these two. Gonzalez has had 11 at-bats with 5 hits, including a home run. Works out to a .455 batting average with Will on the hill. We'll see how they go on this go-round. Turn it back to Joe Angel.
Well, that's an interesting move. And Adrian Gonzalez has no difficulty hitting left-handers. And as Fred Manfred said, he's got great history against Will Oman. And we knew that Jason Birkin was throwing the ball well. But now the lefty Oman in against the lefty Gonzalez, and he delivers ball 1. Adrian Gonzalez in this game has had a walk and a couple of hits. So he's gone 2 for 2. Next offering on the way, Gonzalez takes a little bit low. The count 2 balls and no strikes. Well, they go with the percentages, they say. Although if you look at Gonzalez's numbers against Oman, the percentages are against Oman. And Gonzalez takes it a little bit low. The count 3 balls and no strikes. Of course, if you leave the right-hander in to pitch to Gonzalez, and if he hits a home run, well, then Samuel's got all these questions to answer. There comes the pitch. Into a call strike. Gonzalez looked like he was taking all the way, so the count 3-1. On deck is the right hand hitting Scott Hairston. And the right-hander Simon looks like he is ready in the bullpen. Oman is ready, and the left-hander with a 3-1 pitch on the way is fouled away. That'll be a souvenir here in San Diego. They count 3-2. The crowd here tonight, the paid attendance, 25,167 on a Friday night, on a gorgeous Friday night, with the first-place team. That has to be very disappointing attendance. Here's the pitch, and he walks Gonzalez. So now let's see if Samuel comes out. Yep, top step. And onto the warning track. He's matching up. He's going to bring in Simon to go after Scott Hairston. 1-1 game here in San Diego in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Padres with the lead run on base. Only one out, and let's go to Fred Manfred.
Well, thanks a lot, Joe. You know, time is running out on your chance to win the Orioles.com Matt Wieters Bobblehead Night VIP Experience Sweepstakes. One lucky winner will receive 4 VIP seats and VIP parking for the Wednesday, June 30th A's-Orioles game, plus 4 passes to watch batting practice right from the field. Now, the deadline for entries is Monday, so don't you dare miss out. Visit Orioles.com now. That's for that special Matt Wieters Bobblehead Night VIP Experience Sweepstakes. Also, you know, this summer, your kids can learn how to play like the pros from the pros at the official Orioles Summer Baseball Camp. Kids age 7 to 16 will enjoy 5 days of professional training, appearances by current and former Orioles, free membership to the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, and even the chance to play at Oriole Park. Registration is now open from July 19th to the 22nd Orioles Summer Camp at Memorial Park in York, PA. For additional dates, locations, and details, call the Orioles, the number 410-472-3500, or visit Orioles.com. When we have this opportunity, we'll give you a rundown as much as we can on what is their league day of play, a Friday in Major League Baseball. Well, the New York Mets scored a run in the first, 2 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th, and beat the Yankees 4-0. No home runs in that game. Vasquez the loser. Takahashi the winner for the Mets. He's now 6-2. Vasquez 6-6. In Boston, it was the Red Sox defeating the Dodgers 10-6 in that game. David Ortiz, number 15. J.D. Drew, number 8. Adrian Beltre is 10th. And for the Angels, Anderson. I should say for the Dodgers, Garrett Anderson hit his second home run. Also, it was Texas over Houston 9-3. St. Louis defeated Oakland 6-4. Colorado has beaten Milwaukee 2-0. And Seattle 1-0 winners over Cincinnati. Well, Alfredo Simon ready to go. Let's get back to Joe.
All right, Fred, thank you. Yeah, here's Scott Hairston. We saw Simon in San Francisco a couple of days ago. When he came on in relief in the bottom of the 8th inning, gave up a double to Uribe. And then Sandoval was walked intentionally in that game. Pitch on the way to Hairston is a fastball that missed badly up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. And then later give up an RBI single to Ishikawa. And this year holds a sac fly against him. And then finally a double play ball that ended the inning against Simon, but he did not pitch particularly well. Here comes the next offering. And this one is a strike on the outside corner at the knees.
Now the Padres have their closer, Heath Bell, cranking it up in the bullpen.
Scott Hairston in this game is 0 for 3. We are tied up at 1-1 here at San Diego, bottom of the 8th inning at Petco Park. Right-hander against right-hander, Simon against Hairston. Here comes the pitch. Way outside, ball 2. Orioles with the middle of the infield. Looking for a double play ball that would end the inning here. Miguel Tejada backed up at third base. And boy, they're giving Hairston a big gap in right center. Markakis playing pretty much straight away in right, but shallow. Here comes the pitch. Fouled away by Hairston back toward the second deck. So even up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Interesting in the outfield, Corey Patterson and Adam Jones, they play Hairston to pull the ball, but Markakis doesn't. Well, they give him a big gap in right center. And, of course, the middle of the infield here at double play depth. Simon looks in, the count 2-2. Big right-hander at the belt and delivers. A swing and a miss, struck him out. He chased a high one. It looked like a hard slider that he chased. Well, that's out number 2. Yeah, it looked like that breaking ball backed up on him. And that's why he got the strikeout.
The pitch looked almost shoulders high.
It was supposed to be a slider, but it backed up on him. And by that we mean against a right hand, it breaks in on a right hand hitter. It does not break like it's supposed to. Pitchers don't do that intentionally, but it does happen once in a while. And now Torrealba swings here and fouls it away off to the right. Torrealba in this game is 0 for 3. A comebacker, a double play ball, and a line drive out. Yorvi Torrealba, one-time San Francisco Giant and a one-time Colorado Rocky. Now here's San Diego. Alfredo Simon sets and delivers, and Torrealba swings at it, gets a piece of it, and fouls it back on the screen. So the count 0-2. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 8th inning. In the 9th inning, the top half, it's going to be Wigginton, Jones, and Wieters. So the Orioles are going to have the middle of the order coming up. It looks like they'll do that against Heath Bell. We'll wait and see. Simone ready, and here it comes. Just off the outside corner. That's another breaking ball. Well, when Simone first came up, he was throwing 97, 98 miles an hour. And these days, he is not throwing with that type of velocity. He's got 1 and 2 here, and he delivers. Changeup looked like a little bit low and outside the ball.
And then he became enamored with that split finger pitch that cost him.
And I think that was the split fingered pitch right there that he uses like a changeup. So the count 2-2 now to your Vittoriano. 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 8th inning. Simone standing tall. Says yes. He'll set. He delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck came out. There's that splitter. He got him. Couple of strikeouts for Simone. And he gets it done here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Padres leave a runner. And here at San Diego, we head to the 9th inning, tied up at 1-1 on the Orioles Radio Network.
Now it's
here we go. Here come the Orioles, 9th inning. And indeed, Bud Black, the San Diego manager, is going to go to the bullpen. The right-hander, the closer. He's going to bring in Heath Bell to go to work on Wigginton, Jones, and Wieters. In a tie ball game here in the top of the 9th inning of San Diego. Wigginton with a couple of hits in this game. He's gone 2 for 3. This single back in the 4th inning knocked in the only Oriole run of this game. And Heath Bell is making his 29th appearance, picked up 17 saves. Comes in with a 198 earned run average. He's got 35 strikeouts in about 27 innings. Right-hander Heath Bell. He has given up 29 hits in just over 27 innings, so this guy is hittable. And here's Wigginton to get the inning started, and he takes a call strike.